Hello. Boom, boom. It's going. Everyone.
I like Raisin Bran.
He likes... This is my friend Ace. He likes Raisin Bran.
Hey.
Oh, name. I got that.
No, at first I just started with A, and then I was just like, hey.
Ace. So, Ace.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you want the people to know?
Kind of an anarchist.
Really?
A little bit.
I thought you told me back at Subway you were a communist.
A little bit. Like kind of a in-between point.
So...
No, it's like I'm for a people guy.
So you're just normal.
Wow. Well, that's a way to put it, isn't it?
Is that bad? I thought that's what everyone wanted to be. No, it's like, you want the freedom, but you understand that sometimes you need the government.
Oh, of course.
So you gotta deal with it. Or like, you're for the people, and you're for congregation.
Yeah. Like, but, I don't think... Okay, so you gotta have some form of stability, but I don't think
Oh, of course.
solid rock system, like, if it's too rigid, it'll crack. If it can't bend, if it can't adapt, it breaks.
Dang. It's too brittle.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no flexibility in there. It's like when you freeze an eraser. You ever done that?
Freeze an eraser?
Yeah. And then you just boom with a hammer.
Really?
Yeah. I think. I thought I saw a video on it. So, I want to ask you, going along with that, you know, how, like, you talk about the importance of the structure, but then making sure that the people are okay. What do you think you would do in a zombie apocalypse type scenario? World is not so much that the world is over, but the structure of the world as we know it is over. People are still there, but there's no governments, no police.
So is this
no
like
societies, anything like that?
So this is like in the middle of it, like zombies are around.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of in the rough of things.
Like Walking Dead season 3.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, I've thought about this on my own time.
Oh my gosh, I think about it all the time. That's all I do.
But I've actually came up with an idea of a society, because most groups try to survive.
Yeah.
Me and my brother both agree that we want to win. We want to eliminate the zombies. Like, after assembling...
Hello.
Hello there, my sir. But we want to eliminate them. See, because actually, how I view it, I put way too much thought into this.
There's no such thing as too much thought with the apocalypse. Oh, I'll be right back. Keep talking to the audience.
Alright, I will. So, interestingly enough, I actually think of humanity as a whole being... Like, no, not... I don't see humanity... Humanity is a whole.
What? Okay. Hey, back up. I'm back now. Hey, that was real quick.
Alright.
We got popcorn too, so sorry if you hear chewing.
So, I see... It's kind of another level thing, like as if you saw the humanity as a whole, right? Like this world being a human body. Each of us were a cell. Well, what do cells in a body do? They kill the virus. Zombies aren't us. They're a virus. So we need to kill them. So maybe after the initial frantic panic, and you assembled a big enough group, I was thinking that the society would be arranged between white blood cells and red blood cells.
Isn't that racial segregation?
Oh, excuse me.
I'm just saying, that's what it sounds like.
It's not like I'm gonna find...
You're just like, find a black dude, hey, you're a red blood, get over there. I'm a white blood.
No, it's up to their choice.
Okay.
If they want to go out there and fight them, or they want to keep the body healthy from inside. See, reds manage inside, whites go out and kill them.
That's beautiful. Now, you gotta realize, after a while, here's the thing. Humans are very adaptable to outside forces. Even if a majority of them die, give it about 2 years, almost all of Earth will figure out how to kill them. Your biggest problem, and this is the reason why I talk about the importance of survival in the apocalypse, you're going to have to worry about people coming after your shit. If you have a pittance of supplies that could be useful to anyone else, that is a guaranteed target on your head.
It is. Yeah.
So you got to get to a point where, here's the thing, the way that I look at it. Now this is gonna sound dark, but I wanna open this up with a real like punch to the audience.
Yeah.
The reason why I would be okay with killing any outside person in the apocalypse, all right. What I am for is adaptation for survival, right?
All right.
Say that I were to have a wife and kids.
Yeah.
What is my job? To make sure that they can survive in the world, and vice versa, you know. I ain't no misogynist. But it is a person's job to keep their family, whether it's some friends or relatives, alive and thriving as much in the world. How do you do that today? You keep yourself in the arms of the law. You stay a law-abiding citizen so that you can function in society, so you can make money, buy your food and water, and survive. That's how you do it in this society.
That's not a thing.
No.
In
that society, people are going to kill you. So for me to keep my family alive, I got to kill them. That's like the apocalypse equivalent of us going to buy groceries and paying our taxes. In my opinion.
Okay, that's fair. That's a valid point.
Like one of the things, and that's something that I got to bring up. Some people would consider this selfish, and I could understand it, but that is my main goal, is to keep the people around me as safe as possible. The reason that I want society to thrive is so that they can thrive. But if we're in a place where society isn't a thing, I'm not going to worry about it. Like, if they were to say, hey, we can make a cure to help the rest of the world. I'm sure that if I were in that situation, like, actually having to deal with it, I'd probably, like, my mind would be jumbled and I would think differently. But I'm at a place where it's like, hey, we can find a cure for the rest of the world. We just need to kill your kids and your wife. And it's like, no.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. No, thank you.
You don't agree with me or that?
No, no, that. Like, murdering.
Well, because it's like, what's the point of me bringing back the world if I can't give them a world to be brought back to?
See, actually, man, there's two ways I can go from here. It's talking about, like, rather, like, my personal value on human life, which is set pretty high. But, or I could go with, that it could be said selfish that you wouldn't give up your own family to create a world-saving cure. I can see that, but given that that's such a debate in so many stories of, like, giving up something you love, and when it's a person, it's much different, than it would be an object. But, given that it is a person you love, you have a personal value, so that increases the value of it on its own. Yeah. Man, there's an idea I want to get across here. Hope I'm getting it. But, like, I actually don't view it as being selfish.
Really?
Because
I like how you're feeding into my indulgences.
Of course. Always feed into the nearest person's ego.
Of course. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. So what were you saying?
So, because you have a different value. Like, as they're asking, they're like, okay, give up these two people, is their point of view. Give up these two people to save more people. That's what they're thinking. You're thinking, you're thinking is my wife, my child.
They look at
these
them
aren't
as a
just
number.
They're not just people to you, and then it's to save people. So it's your wife, your child to save people. So, I mean, I could see if someone said it was selfish, but I wouldn't be. I would be okay. I don't think I would be upset if you chose either way.
I was just going to say that. Maybe selfish, but doesn't that mean that it's bad? That's something that I think about a lot, is should we tell someone that their morality is wrong? Now I'm just talking now, not talking about zombies anymore. Just talking about like how we function in the world. Okay. The way that I look at it is, your morality is there to point towards a bigger goal. You know.
So it's like a compass.
Yeah, exactly. Your moral compass. It's
yeah.
pointing towards your North Star. Some people's North Star is a deity, a higher power. That's why they partake in the morality of the scripture that they are given by that deity. You know, Christians want to point their morality in the ways of the Lord, so they partake into the Bible to get that to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, if you were to get someone who wasn't religious, generally they point theirs more towards society. That's why if you were to ask them the question like, oh, would you save these would you save these 2 elderly people right here or these 5 kids? Well, you're losing more if you lose the 5 kids. So someone like that would sometimes say, I'd go with the kids. Because their moral compass, oh shoot, I'm spitting food everywhere, is...
Don't spit in my face,
I'm
Carter.
sorry. It's pointing towards society. Because they want society to thrive. And a religious person wants their deity to thrive. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I mean, like, that's a bad way to put it, but you get what I'm saying.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And,
so their moral compass is to their own, to guide them to their goals.
It's like, just because someone doesn't share, like, for me to say, something like, oh, I don't know. Well, because the one thing I was going to bring up was that there are 3 ways that a moral compass can point to. A deity, society, or yourself.
Oh,
Some
so you
people
rather
just want to live in their own accord. They don't care what happens to society as long as they survive as best as they can. That's where you get like some people in the apocalypse are willing to kill everybody around them to make sure that they get some food. You know? Or that's the whole thing of like, hey, we can save the whole world, we just need you to die. It's like, no, screw you. You can say that something like that is wrong if you are looking at morality in the way of benefiting society. But that guy isn't looking at it that way. I'm not saying that I like it, but is it my place to say that he is wrong?
Oh, I see.
No.
I see where this... Oh, okay. I see where the direction...
Do you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Do you get me, Sonny?
So...
Here's some pop.
See... Oh my gosh, thank you.
You are welcome.
So... Interestingly... Please stand by. Carter is dying.
Oh, it's fine. They know my name.
Oh, okay.
Dude, when I was... Here, I'm just going to say that my very first video on YouTube, I'm 14, and I'm, like, saying my name, all my family members, and the town I live in. like, that's different because... Well, because, like, talking about the whole privacy thing. I'm okay with being on YouTube, so I'm okay with my information being out there. I'm not going to, like, bring up where my, like, friend Johnny lives, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But I don't care if people know my information. Like, they know I'm... In fact, I've even had times where I just call myself Carter by accident. I like to call myself Zeke for videos just to keep things consistent.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no big deal.
A name's a name.
No big deal. He is not going to disclose his name because he has his own privacy.
Exactly. My name is Ace.
It's Ace. Call him Ace.
That's all you ever get to know.
Yes. Okay.
It's totally not Carl.
Carl, shut up.
Shut up.
Carl,
I'm not supposed to let them know.
Don't tell them that, Carl.
Oh wait.
Yeah, so keep going.
Back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Such a tangent. Alright, so wait, let me backtrack here for a second. Okay, so
we were talking about, is it my place to say that someone's morality pointing towards themselves is wrong?
I see. Because I guess it depends where you're getting your morality from, really. If it's a person judging, like, if it's a person trying to determine their own morality, like what morality is, and see other people and go like, that's immoral, that isn't, whatever it is. But, like, those who are religious and, for example, follow the Bible, they're not following their morality. They're following God's morality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point that I was saying.
But I guess from their point of view, you could say that if it's not in the Bible, because there's certain parts in the Bible where it just says, like, this is flat out wrong to do. So...
And that's where I was coming with. Like, that's the point that I was making. The person's morality isn't coming from the Bible. So that has no value to an atheist or someone else that isn't religious or even Christian that just wants to live on their own accord.
I guess it's a really difficult question is you can say, like... Because I could say, with my morals, that if someone killed 10 people, maybe that's a bit extreme for this, but I would say that's morally wrong.
Yeah.
Or like having multiple wives. I would say that's morally wrong. That's a bit less extreme. But
and I would too, from my background.
Yeah.
But if there's a guy that says, I don't care, let me do me, I'm not going to say that he's... Here's the thing. I'm not going to say that he's objectively wrong.
Oh, okay.
Like, here, hold the popcorn, I dropped some.
It's just like a hard question because...
Yeah.
Obviously, if you follow a certain set of morals, there are morals you're going to say that are wrong that other people follow.
Of course. And I follow mine. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be the guy to tell that guy that I don't agree with it, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% wrong. You know?
Yeah.
I point mine towards society. I want to make sure that society thrives. If there's a guy down the street that doesn't care if society thrives, only cares if he does, I think that's wrong in the lens of a person who wants to help society.
Interesting, because I very much view that there is a very objective wrong and a very objective right.
Now,
I hope that doesn't
from
bother
your religion?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, some people don't follow that religion. So they can't say that that is an objective wrong.
Yeah.
But
I will respect
Yeah.
if other people follow their lifestyle. I'm never going to force them to do anything.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I respect it. Yeah, because the thing with that is that's an argument from authority, you know? For you to say, I don't agree with that because of my religious teachings, if you're saying that to a religious person, it's not going to mean jack shit to them.
Yeah.
But, like, if I tell you, like, say that back when I were Christian, if I were to tell someone, oh, you can't do this because God says it's wrong. Well, I don't believe in God.
Well, yeah, you can't do that.
Well, God still says it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, even if they're...
I dropped my money full.
Even if they're right or wrong, the other person doesn't believe in that. Or, like, doesn't have that moral compass.
Yeah. And there was something interesting that I heard from Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about how, first it started with, he said, however people use words, no matter the dictionary definition, how society uses the word, that's how I will use it. He said, that's why I don't call myself an atheist, because I'm not a religion hater. I just don't believe in a higher power. Because that is the representation of atheism, I don't want to call myself that.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason that, like, I wouldn't call myself a feminist, even though I believe in those ideals, of course, just equality.
Yeah.
He talked about different kinds of truths. There's objective truth, which is true no matter what you think about it. Like, even if you don't believe in it, it's still true. Like, the sky is blue. Most of nature is green. The sun is the center of our galaxy. Even if you don't believe those things, those are true because they can be proven by science. Then there is personal truths, which, even though they may not be able to be, like, scientifically verified in any way, you can still hold those to yourself and they are just as true. You know? So, like, you can, like you saying you find that as an objective wrong, no one has the right to take that away from you, but that doesn't mean that that is an objective fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I shouldn't, like... Obviously, I'm not going to try to take away anything from anyone else.
Yeah. Because you respect their personal truths.
Exactly.
See?
Now, if someone is interested in learning what I believe, I'll gladly share it
yeah.
with them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a different story. Like, it's like you can't sign up for someone else's morality and then function in it the way that you want to.
Yeah, it's up to
Because
their
your
own.
compass is pointing in the same way as theirs. You can't do it differently. I mean, you can in, like, some ways, you know. Like, there's obviously exceptions. Like, you can still be Christian if you have tattoos. Stuff like that. I'm just talking about regular Christianity, or, like, Lutheranism. They're really okay with, like, like, they don't care about tattoos. As long as you just make sure that you exercise your relationship with the Lord, they're fine with it, you know?
Yeah.
But both of you still are pointing towards the same North Star of morality, which is the Lord. So you can't go live your life as if you are living, like, in survival of your own while following that.
Yeah.
Like, because for that, if someone were to rob you, you would, like, okay, think of it this way. A guy that has his morality pointing towards himself.
Yeah.
If a guy's going to rob his house, he'll have no problem killing him. Because he has to keep his own bearings in check.
And then if someone
But
has
that's
a
not
moral
okay.
compass for someone who, like, had it facing towards society.
Exactly.
Because that would be hurting society as killing a human.
Yeah,
because he's part of that.
You can't aim towards society and then live as if you're pointing towards
Actually,
yourself.
that's where guilt comes in. I guess it's when you follow the wrong compass. And sometimes you do.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like, if you have a compass, but you steer away from it.
Yeah.
And then you realize it, you feel guilt, and you go back.
And that's even where the debates come in of, like, different things. Like, some people would say that, like, death penalty doesn't help society because obviously it's killing someone. But then other people would argue that killing is actually helping society because that person is a threat to society. So, yeah, guilt, different, like, debates, all that stuff. Oh, it's interesting. I love it.
Oh. Something that came to my mind midway through this talk.
Yeah.
I don't know if this kind of correlates with the rest or not. We'll see. But is the sanctification of a name. And what I mean by that is, like, opposed to what that name objectively means if you looked up in a dictionary, like, that's what it means. And then when society steers it away from that meaning, that means that name is wrongly sanctified. So it has the wrong meaning put to it. See, like, feminist movements were to originally bring when women had not equal rights with men.
Yeah.
It was to get them to have equal rights with men.
Yes.
Now that they obtained equal rights, now it's bearing the idea that they're kind of pushing to be above men. Even though if that wasn't the original meaning. So, and I just thought of this when you were talking about, like, I'm not going to call myself an atheist because I don't dislike God. Even if that would mean that just you don't believe in one. But now it's turning into you actively fight against it.
Yeah. How do you stand on that? Are you a guy that, like, you want to go with the dictionary definition to obtain the strength of the word, or are you kind of where I am, where it's like the same as DeGrasse Tyson, however society uses it, that's how I'll use it. So, like, I wouldn't even really call myself an agnostic. But that's a different thing. Like, I wouldn't call myself a feminist or anything like that. I wouldn't call myself... I can't think of anything else.
Actually, yeah. I will honestly switch what I'm saying to what that currently means now. So, I'm not going to say I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
Finimahase.
Finimahase. I'm not a Finimahase. Don't accuse me.
I'm in equalitarian? Humanitarian?
Or they're called egalitarians.
Egalitarians?
Yeah. That's like, it's basically the same thing as, like, the definition for feminism, except obviously just with how that word is set up, it's got much more of a feminine focus.
Of course. If we're going to go with the subject of equality, I have there's a very strong difference of equal by might and equal by value. So
of
like,
course.
like
I'm not
but I feel like
I'm not gonna fight a girl. Is that what you're talking about when you say might? What do you mean by might?
Might.
I thought you were talking about like physical strength.
No,
I'm gonna
I guess
beat up that chick.
I guess I'm trying to say like, not everyone's equal at swimming, not everyone equals at running, at math, at science, but some might treat others less because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I go for is not equality of might in whatever you have. It's equality in your human value.
Of course.
So it's to avoid judgment of a human life based on their ability or their race or their sex or their whatever you might find less than something else.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. You know, something that I was thinking about. This is kind of a, excuse me. It's kind of a heated topic. Talking about, okay, say that there is like, how about I want to get your opinion on the double standard when it comes to children having affairs with their teachers, switching the genders. Like let's just put it this way: whenever you hear of a male teacher sleeping with a student, most people want to kill that guy. But when most people hear of a female teacher sleeping with a male student, they shrug it off. Me personally, you put it the best way. Like, here's the thing: I can never word it for myself, but you put it in the perfect way, because you said like the might versus the value. I would consider this a value thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would
because
too.
it comes to how you interact with people, not just your capabilities, but what you do.
Yeah,
how you think and your actions.
And I guess it can also be like valuing of the value of sex.
Yes.
And like the parameters of like decency with that.
Yeah. Because I've heard so many men say, men and women are not the same, so quit acting like a female teacher sleeping with a student is the same as a male teacher sleeping with a student. The way that I look at it is, it's an adult sleeping with a kid.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really have, like, I guess you could argue that, but like...
But you're almost saying, like they're kind of ignoring, like, does it matter which gender? Yeah. They're ignoring, like, it's not about their genders, because it requires opposite sexes to,
just don't fuck
get into
kids. Don't fuck kids. That's all that I want.
It's more about the age. Now you could go to like college scenarios of like 18, like by the point of college, and then you could talk about if that's like okay in the education system.
Oh, 18?
Like, no, I was saying like, yeah, it's not okay to sexual in with kids.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Under the age of 18.
Sorry.
I was talking about like, it would of course be different if it was like a college scenario where you might have a different argument of just like maybe they're the proper ages, but
there we go.
That's not proper for an education environment.
Yeah,
that would be a different discussion.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I'm thinking that maybe because so many people. I mean, I'm still not okay with like adults with kids in general, and I never looked at it as a. I never looked at it as a gender thing, because just looking at how most of those scenarios play out, just on an average. Oh, I gotta sneeze. They,
oh no.
Ooh,
that was a kitten one
I know.
Compared to your usual.
I know. I tried not to scream because I don't want to blow out my mic. But I understand that on average, women don't handle that stuff as well as men do.
Actually, there is science behind this.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because it's like, there's just an issue with, like, because men are just biologically built to be stronger. That's just what testosterone is the muscle building hormone, and that is what one of the things that defines a man.
Yeah. It's not sexist, but it's just science.
So when you come to these situations, the woman is going to be much more scared because she knows that there's most likely going to be a physical advantage. Now, if I were to go try to like like harass Ronda Rousey, that's a totally different story. But
Get wasted.
Yeah, but on average, men harassing on average women, that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand where there's that difference. But I think that what some people do is it's like what they should say is like a female teacher sleeping with a male student is awful. A male teacher sleeping with a female student is much worse. If we're gonna go down like trying to find like maybe a middle ground, I'm still not okay with either on either.
Yes.
Like I'm more just saying like this could be middle ground. I'm not saying that I agree with it.
Although,
but
oh yeah.
What they do is that this one is bad, but because they're different, but because there's differences, this one ain't that bad. You know, it's like no, yes, it's still bad. It's one may be worse, but that doesn't make the other one okay.
And of course, you could have the scenario where I don't know if this is science, but it really seems like it with like just how behaviors in school and like just how women are and how men are, how their brains work, is women are much more they're better at holding social networking and like but then in turn in a bad way that can turn into manipulation, which can lead to like rape essentially.
Here, if this would make it better for you, we actually don't need this light on since there's no visual to this. Sorry guys, I'm turning off my lamp.
I can't see.
Can't see?
It's darkness.
Quit being a pussy.
Oh, I just need to open my eyes.
You need to open your eyes and stop being a pussy.
I never did that before.
You never stopped being a pussy?
Both.
Oh. You should probably open your eyes. It's helpful.
Oh.
Dude, is this what Earth is?
I got glasses and everything.
I've heard the word before. Imagine us like have you seen those videos of like people like their blindness gets cured and so they're like and so it's like 37-year-old Diana seeing the world for the first time, or it's like
just blown.
or it's like hearing things for the first time.
Yeah.
Just imagine like a stone like Marty from Cabin in the Woods just oh my god. Whoa. This is what it looks like.
He's just the best character in any movie.
Oh my gosh, I love him. And he's actually got an arc, you know? So like there's layers to, like he's not just enjoyable.
Yeah.
He's like I really try to look at movies. Sorry that we're changing topics so much, but I really try to look at movies nowadays as a piece of work, you know? Like movies have their enjoyment levels, but there's got to be a point where you have to notice, oh, this is why I didn't enjoy it. Like most people are just like, oh, I just kind of got bored watching that movie. That's because either the writing wasn't interesting, or the cinematography wasn't great, or pacing was off. Pacing is like one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Like if you're bored, it's most likely because a scene was going on for too long. But also like it can just look boring. It's acted poorly, so you're not invested into it.
Dang, this is actually all aspects of me as a DM.
Yeah.
It actually is like the
Dungeon
pace.
Master.
Yes, Dungeon Master, D&D.
Yeah, he plays
Look
D&D.
it up, play it with your friends. Your cool friends, not your lame ones.
Get some friends because it's fucking dorky if you play it by yourself.
You meet a bear and he rolls dice. I guess I beat it.
I'd rather snort coke than drink this sometimes. Lord. Burns.
Ginger beer's the best.
It's so good though. It tastes so good.
It makes you sneeze, which is great.
You know what's like
burns.
But here's the thing, like because it's so good as it is, if you drink it flat, it's horrible.
Oh, I have not done that.
I've drank it flat before because I accidentally like left one on my desk overnight.
Oh no.
And it tasted like a ginger ale that had like honey in it and went bad.
Yeah.
But like the carbonation does something with the flavor where it just tastes so much better.
What were we talking about?
Movies.
Oh, yes.
Movies. Let's see. Hey, why not? Let's talk about the thing that we were doing.
Oh, yeah, earlier.
The favorite movies. What I do is I do favorite movies by genre.
Yeah.
And then out of those, I pick which one I like the most, and I kind of put that as my favorite movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that because I never think when someone says I don't like rap, just all of rap. I'm like, no. There's a rap song out there that you like. You can't just say you don't like a genre.
You just don't like the ones that you've heard.
Yeah.
It's like saying I hate all men. No, you don't. You just hate.
I do.
You just... Why?
Oh, actually, just the one in front of me.
See you guys later.
I love you, man. I'm sorry.
No, you don't love me.
Yes, I do.
Only Mr. B loves me.
Oh.
It's actually super comfy to hug this thing, man.
See.
I'm hugging Mr. B.
This is mine.
That's yours? It's kind of flat.
I don't. That's why it's mine. Don't.
I have weak lungs, okay?
Oh yeah. About movie genres. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh man. Okay, just to let you know, because I assume we're going to talk about what's ours personally.
Oh, of course.
I encourage people to try to make a list and figure out what is your own.
Yeah, you know what? We'll make this a game for you at home.
Exactly.
I'm going to write down the genres that we'll do.
What's the first genre, my good sir?
Comedy.
Always.
I'm going to... Oh, I got a Sharpie over here.
Oh, don't forget fantasy.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a topic that isn't brought up enough. Like, I feel like it's a genre
Fantasy?
that's... Like,
Fantasy
known,
is like
but
a
not...
different genre than other ones because other ones are more in the writing. Fantasy is more in the visuals. So I think that's why some people don't count. Like, there are some fantasy movies that some would consider a drama. There are some that some would consider an action movie. Someone even considers some fantasy movies horror, like The Witch.
Yeah, that would be fantasy horror.
That would be fantasy horror.
Is fantasy just really like a tag-on to whatever other? Because
it's a different kind of genre.
Try to think of like a pure just fantasy.
It's a subgenre. It's kind of like superheroes, you know.
Oh
Superhero movies. If you were to take out the superheroes, you would still get an action movie. All of them are just action movies with superheroes. Fantasy movies are just any kind of movie with that stuff in it. So it's like so you would say it's like fantasy horror, fantasy drama, fantasy action.
I see.
So I'm gonna actually scribble out fantasy then. So comedy.
So you guys at home, scribble it out right now.
Scribble it out, bitches. Horror, comedy, thriller. We didn't talk about that one.
Ooh, yeah.
I already know my favorite for that one. Action.
I might need to grab a phone. I'm horrible with remembering
I'm gonna
titles.
You know what? I'm doing superhero as a category, so we'll do fantasy as one too.
Sure. Well, put fantasy back. If you didn't erase it, good on you.
Okay. Why don't you guys listen? I told you to keep it on before. I told you to not erase it. Why did you erase it?
Gosh.
Keep it on.
You think they could listen if they were on a podcast?
Oh, I hate my audience so much.
Oh my gosh.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
And
my subscriber count goes down to like 12.
I was about to say, that's how you get subscriptions. You're welcome, folks, for free tutorials.
Good stuff, man. Or, you know what? Let's not do rom-com. More just romance.
Isn't rom-com just a combination of romance and comedy?
Yeah. It's a romantic comedy. What's another one? Comedy, horror, thriller, action, superhero, fantasy, animated.
Animated, of course.
And you know what?
Onward.
We should keep in fantasy because that's one of those where it's like that doesn't influence how the story's written. That's just a subset of the genre.
And even if you have like a story that's like something else and fantasy, just mark that as a fantasy. Just throw it down there and there.
I'm gonna look up if I can get to my keyboard well.
Oh, just to let you know, I have a horrible taste in everything movie. I love spin-offs.
I love this guy so much, but he's picked out some really bad movies.
No.
In my opinion. They're bad in my opinion.
No, there is no opinion here. We were talking about, like, morality. No, this is objective fact.
This is objective fact.
There's movies that are good and movies that are
This is objective fact. Venom is shit.
No! It's not! It gives a new light on Venom, and I like it.
It's okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh, crime film.
Oh, no. Oh, no, for romance, it shows the picture of Twilight. Oh, no.
I thought you were going to say 50 Shades. That's mine.
Is that 50 Shades, or is that Twilight?
Where? Oh, yeah, that's...
is that Edward?
I don't even know what that is.
I had to watch all of those movies.
Oh, no, it's not either.
What is this? Okay, we're going to stay here and watch an entire movie, guys.
No, that's like a compilation of trailers. It's like a 30-minute video. I don't care that much. Have you ever watched any documentary? Because
yes. Oh my gosh, there was an amazing documentary.
Oh, here, musical. I don't know if I've watched a lot of them. Oh, I got mine.
Martial arts movie? I didn't even think about that being a...
Documentary. Musical documentary. Historical movie.
Mystery.
Dude, I've already got mine for that. History. Mystery. Okay.
Last one.
I'm going to pull
War.
up Audacity again.
War.
A war movie?
Just last thing.
Ooh.
I know there's plenty more, like, sci-fi and whatnot, but...
Do we want to put down sci-fi?
Just one more.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll do sci-fi.
He's like, just one more, man.
One more. Give me one more.
All right. We're not going to get into lo-fi.
Yeah.
Or hi-fi.
Too much.
Too much fi.
Too much fi.
Fun fact.
Let's make that a t-shirt. Too much fi.
Just go sigh. Too much fi.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard you say.
Oh,
what were you gonna say?
Oh, fun fact about Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
On the subject of fi. Guess what the like Y stands for wireless internet. Guess what the phi stands for?
Fiery inferno.
So we've learned that he's an arsonist. That's good to know.
Hell yeah.
Pyromaniac. It stands for nothing. It literally means nothing. It's just to tag along with the Y. The
Oh yeah,
Wi-Fi.
it would be stupid to say like, "Hey, can I have your Y?"
That sounds weird. Like that sounds like a pickup line.
Yo, what's the password for your Y?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what Y is, man. Wi-Fi. Really? That almost upsets me. Because I thought that Wi-Fi was like a cool way of saying it, you know?
No, it's literally just Y. It's wireless internet. And then they were like, "What? Well, that doesn't sound dumb. What should we... Fi." And then there's their stoner friend who just went, "Fi, man."
Fi, man. Why net? Why net? No, that sounds dumb. Actually, yeah, that's not cool. Wi-Fi's better. Okay. Let's talk about favorite comedy. I gotta look up some comedy movies because...
I love Adam Sandler. He can go a little overboard with the inappropriate jokes, though.
Oh, you pussy. What are you? You PC?
I'm a fifth grader.
Correct pussy.
There it is. Animated film, favorite. You should go see it. Onward. It is so
Onward.
good. So many D&D references. It's insane.
Hell yeah.
The next would be Zootopia.
The Mask would be a comedy? I mean, that's technically a comic book movie, because The Mask was actually a comic book.
Really now?
It came from, in there though, it came from like an African tribe, and this, like, the comic is so much gorier.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I barely remember the movie. I watched it when I was
17 again is really good. I like that movie. It wouldn't be my favorite though.
Zoolander.
Zoolander. Oh, that might have to be. I don't know.
That's my favorite comedy for everything but one scene. If they just didn't have one scene in it, it would be great. We all know what that scene is.
In what?
In Zoolander.
Zoolander? What was the one scene?
The party.
I forgot what happened at the party.
It's alright.
Where they smoked peyote and had a threesome?
Yes!
Hi, hell yeah, dude. That was the best part. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That was the best part. Horror comedies. Let's go to my top picks for you. How do they know?
Google knows everything.
I hate that.
Okay. Go back in that list there.
What?
Land Before Time is the... Oh, no, not Land Before Time. Land of the Lost is the stupidest... It's so stupid, you need to watch it.
I don't even want to. Man.
No, you don't. It's like...
Is it like a so bad it's good, or is it just it's so bad I want to punch a wall?
It's so bad, it's so bad it's gone past the so bad it's good that you need to watch it.
It's now art?
Yeah, it's in art form.
If you're gonna do that, oh shoot, what am I doing? I already know mine. I keep forgetting it. It's Mom and Dad, dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
write down mine as
Yeah.
I guess Zoolander I'll go with.
Zoolander?
-1 scene.
Zoolander.
Oh man. What was really funny though
Mom
is
and
the
Jumanji
movies. Did you see those?
Were good.
The newest Jumanji movies?
Yeah.
How he has to act like a girl. Oh my gosh, Jack Black did so well.
He's such a good actor.
He did so well as a girl.
No! I forgot. Okay, Mom and Dad is a great movie, but I can't do it. It's 22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street.
Never mind. Erase mine. That just reminded me of Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Hell
That's
yeah.
mine. Oh gosh.
Dude,
there's too many movies to keep track
of. What
of.
the fuck is our memory?
Wait, who are you? Oh no,
Mr. B?
Guess we're making a podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, is this a podcast? 22 Jump Street. Hot
Fuzz.
Buzz.
Everyone needs to see that
Okay.
movie.
Because, like, dude, 21 Jump Street was just absolutely hilarious. Great chemistry. And then this, like it made fun of the fact that it was, like, a show based off of an 80s movie, it made fun of the fact that it was a movie based off of an 80s TV show. And then the second one just makes fun of the fact more that it is a sequel to a movie.
I really want to see that.
I want to talk about this. I've always complained about meta movies because,
dude,
you know what?
The horror movie we just watched was a meta movie.
No.
Meta horrors.
No. Just listen to me.
Oh, okay.
I call it the meta movie complex. What happens is a lot of people think that they are being funny and creative with their writing by making it meta, and meta can be a good thing. But you know what? I'm actually going to get into it. Video essay form. Why I think Deadpool is wrong. The thing with Deadpool compared to The Cabin in the Woods, Deadpool. What would have the problem that most movies do is they make fun of the fact that they are a cliche. Like, that's what meta is. It's pointing.
Yeah.
It's poking fun at the fact that it is a cliche of something. But
Which can be great.
Yeah, but the problem that most movies have is they point out the fact that they're a cliche, but then they still just follow the cliche. So, like, yeah, you're being funny by pointing, but, like, yeah, you're self-aware, but it kind of takes away from it because you're still not being original.
So,
you're
like,
not changing it. You're just pointing out that you're not original.
Yeah.
Like, Deadpool, I would love it, but it just says, like, hey, you're about to see, like, Deadpool, like, looks at the screen, breaks the fourth wall, and he's like, yeah, you're about to see a fight scene. And you just see another standard superhero fight scene. And it's not that I don't like those, it's just, it's not anything new. I brought this up with Haley, actually. One thing that I think they could have done great is if the plot were to be completely different from any other superhero movie, and Deadpool were to just be like, I don't know what to do. This isn't how it's usually done. Because then they're changing it and they're still being meta about the fact that it's just another superhero movie. Like Cabin in the Woods. It's perfect. They go off of the cliches of it and they point out, oh yeah, you're just watching another, like, with the engineers manipulating everything, they're just like, oh yeah, we're just watching kids get killed in a cabin again.
Yeah.
But they actually change it with some different things because obviously, like, it's being controlled.
Yeah.
That's never been done before. The stoner, because he smokes weed, he doesn't fall for the brainwashing. That's genius.
Yeah.
Like, it's meta and it does something new.
Because, like, each character was a typical stereotype for a horror movie, but it eventually became something. Like, it didn't just... And it also, like... Although it was really meta with, like, explaining all horror movies, given, like, how many monsters they had. And that was, like, all the monsters from every horror movie.
Yeah.
Saying, like, they're behind it all.
Yeah.
Which was really clever. But I get what you're saying. When they're just like, yep, this is another one of these movies. And it is just another one of those movies.
Like, yeah, you're pointing it out. Good for you. But it's not... It's still not anything new just because you point it out. Self-aware isn't new, you know? And it's just self-aware.
It being self-aware isn't necessarily funny all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the thing that... Your self-awareness, few times, I bet I would be able to see, like, a good example maybe, but there might be an exception. But, like, just it being self-aware isn't...
That's the problem with a lot of those, like...
Shouldn't be the core.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of problem with those spoof movies, like Scary Movie. It makes fun of all the tropes, but then it just does the tropes. So then it, like, all you're really left with for anything interesting is jokes, and even their jokes aren't that good, because they don't land too well. You know?
Yeah.
Why, where was I going with that?
I don't know, you want to move on to horror?
Yeah, let's move on to horror.
Okay.
Okay, I'm putting it down for me.
Cabin in the Woods, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
The Ring is a waste of your life.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't bother watching
Most people love it.
No.
Really?
I didn't like it at all.
Hot takes from Ace.
Yeah. Like, I just, like... I don't know, my opinion, the ending sucked.
Nothing, yeah. That's true. And just nothing special about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get all, like, the connection with, like, the hints of the past and stuff, and this little girl got murdered and had to sit in a well for 7 days. I mean, it was tragic and horrible, and the girl's evil, but...
Yeah. You know, it's a great example of why I just don't want to mess with horror movies anymore because they all do something that can easily be avoided. And a lot of people say, like I heard from a friend, he was like, oh, but curiosity can really be a killer. That's what makes it so interesting, because you'd probably do the same thing. Yeah, but it would be even better if the characters just weren't put in a situation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say, if they didn't put themselves into a situation.
Oh, yeah, that's
You know, it's like, oh, Bloody Mary, you gotta stand in front of the mirror,
Yeah, that was
say
your
Bloody
choice.
Mary 3 times. Or with Ring, you gotta watch the tape.
Yeah.
Just don't watch the tape. Okay?
And-
Candyman. Don't say Candyman
Yeah.
7 times and look into a mirror.
Gosh, that movie was gross.
Candyman?
Yeah.
I never saw that one.
It's kind of weird.
Is it?
It has, like, reincarnation stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of... I regretted watching it. I just felt weird.
But I think... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
Man, I don't want to copy you, but that was the best horror movie I saw, Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, really?
And, yeah.
Hell yeah. Some people wouldn't count it because they think of it more as like a dark comedy. Because there isn't a lot of it that's like horror, you know?
But...
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know,
People
one of
don't
the
count it
moments
as
were-
horror just because there weren't a lot of like scary moments. I still got like I
No,
wasn't
there was
like
moments that made me jump.
I wasn't like ugh, but there were the parts like for me what gets me the most in horror is like leaving that queasy feeling in my stomach. Don't touch my mouse.
I was gonna maybe go to a list of horror movies. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. You can go back.
I don't want to anymore.
Yes, you can.
I'm clicking it.
Please. Thank you.
I just shut down your computer.
No, you didn't. I love you, bro.
Yes, I did.
I
did
love
now.
you, bro. Yes, I do. But like, no one does suspense anymore either. You know, that's what gets me. Like it's more just like
Not 20.
something like slightly happens, and then you need to keep that momentum going of just kind of just da 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 da.
Yeah. Kind of like a shark's, like the shark approaching thing.
Jaws.
Jaws,
It's
yeah.
perfect. It's all suspense.
Okay, I suppose we should move on to our next topic. Before,
Oh yeah, you're going with
drills on.
you're
longer.
going with this one, Cabin in the
Yep,
Woods.
I really am. I haven't seen a better horror movie. I'm not really a
man.
horror movie watcher,
Mm-hmm.
but out of the ones I've seen, that's the best. Oh, thriller. Explain what a thriller is.
Thriller is
What's
basically
the
a
difference
horror
from-
movie without the getting scared. It's all suspense, leaving you on the edge of your seat. That's what thriller would be defined as.
Ah, okay. I always put it like near the category of drama, but now
A lot
I
of
realize
people
that's
like
wrong.
count a lot of horror movies as thrillers.
Oh, like The Invisible Man. That's a
Yeah.
horror movie, and it's apparently considered a thriller, right here.
Yeah. So that's a big difference between it, but a lot of them like you would just get some normal ones.
Would The Passengers count as a thriller or a romance? There's romance in it. You know, yeah, did you ever see The Passengers?
It sounds familiar. Look it up real quick.
Yeah. Actually.
Oh, is that the one like where they're in space?
Yeah, like it's the two people who come out of stasis,
Yeah.
and well, one guy came out of
ripping off
stasis.
Fallout.
Hey,
That's Fallout 4.
in space. No, but
Oh,
that
I know
one
mine
put me in a
already,
state
actually.
of suspense, and I
I know.
thought that was good.
I know mine. Prisoners.
Prisoners.
It's just one about two girls getting kidnapped and the dad trying to get them back. It's
Oh.
more just because like it was acted so beautifully.
Oh, really? Now.
Yes, it was. Wow.
Oh, the Meg was actually really good.
Was
liked
it?
The Meg,
I still
yeah.
need to see that.
It's
It is.
it was
thriller.
more of no. The Meg
It's-
is not a thriller.
No.
Oh.
It was on there.
It's
Like that's more horror than it is.
that
Thriller.
is the
I don't-
most horror.
Here we go. Psychological thrillers. That's the kind of stuff that you need to watch. Stuff that like
breaks your brain.
yeah breaks your brain, leaves you like freaking out a little bit, and then by the end you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Wow,
No,
I've not seen a single one of these.
that was my comedy.
American Psycho.
I completely forgot about it. I'm getting rid of this, dude. One of the best movies I've ever seen.
That's a It's considered a thriller right here.
It's so a dark comedy. Like there's moments where you actually kind of like are like, Oh shit! But no, the movie's hilarious.
Wait, what's this?
Misery? That's a Stephen King thing.
Oh! Is that the one with the... Mark that down.
The psycho chick, where she like kidnaps the author, and then like holds him hostage until he writes another book. That's what Misery is.
Oh no, dang! I was thinking of a different Stephen King. It
What were you
was
thinking
was
of?
another one of
Were you thinking
like
of
a
The
cabin
Shining?
in the no. It's actually one that isn't really known. It
Oh.
actually involves aliens. And this
Wow.
group of Oh, the Joker.
That's my superhero one though. I'm gonna write that down. Okay.
Well, we're done with that list. I've not seen a single one of these.
Let's see.
Literally not a single one of them. That's sad.
Is there a movie that you can think of that like really like just left you feeling uneasy? Not scared, but
no, yeah.
can you remember what the?
Schindler's List.
There you go.
There we go.
That's a good one.
That could go under my history, but I'm going with I think I got another one for history.
Schindler's List. Okay. Action.
Superheroes without superheroes.
Superheroes without superheroes. That's how I defined it. It's all the fight scenes. Oh, I'm going Ip Man.
You going It?
No, Ip Man.
Oh, Ip
It's
Man.
it's the one that's like a Chinese movie. I gotta show it to you sometime. It's super good. Pretty graphic, but it honestly makes it better. Top 10 best action movies of all time. Let's look at this list. Mad Max Fury Road,
I haven't seen that.
Gladiator, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I've actually heard that that's just like a beautifully made movie.
Black Panther was so good.
By Northwest, Apocalypse Now,
I
Kill
want an
Bill.
apocalypse now.
John Wick. John Wick. I have to put John Wick. It's John Wick 2. I haven't seen the first one. John.
Die Hard. Actually,
That- oh
I
my
really like the
gosh.
first Die Hard was so good.
Do you want to put that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's... I'm keeping this list, by the way.
Ooh, what Speed? What would that go under?
Speed.
Remember that movie Speed with the
No.
bus?
Oh, that would definitely be action with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to put
I
that
don't know
down?
which one to put.
I'll put down /Speed,
Thank you.
if you can't choose. Okay, superhero movie for you. If you want to go with Venom, you can go with Venom.
No, that's not my favorite actually.
You just thought it was really good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like
Where's my phone?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, cool.
Oh gosh, but then I loved Panther, and then I loved Guardians of the Galaxies. Never mind, I'm sorry.
/GOTG. I'll put both.
Thanks.
Where's my phone? I can't find it.
Did you leave? Oh, it's right over there. It's on the bed.
Oh, is it? Oh, crap. It's probably been like an hour since Haley texted. Yeah, almost. Oopsie.
Oops. So, what do you think? What superhero movie
Got
do you think
Phone?
just sucked?
Just sucked?
Yeah. Oh wait, why'd I
Daredevil,
ask this?
Catwoman, Daredevil. Any superhero movie that was made in the 2000s.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a
Sucked.
rant about Captain Marvel.
That's the thing though, like it wasn't poorly made. It just pissed me off. Wait, did you ask like my least favorite or what I think is the worst one? Because some of them I just laugh at. And like because they're so awful.
Oh yeah.
Captain Marvel just pisses me off.
What's your personal least favorite one?
Captain Marvel?
Oh, okay.
But then like the worst made one I've ever seen would probably be like either
Any
Oh,
Bollywood
okay. This is kind of just going off of because of the hype for it, kind of the same thing as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, the Justice League 2017 movie was such a hodgepodge. It was so all over the place. Tone was garbage. It didn't look good. Actually, well, because what happened with that one was Zack Snyder, the guy who directed Batman vs. Superman,
Yeah.
he had to leave the project because his daughter committed suicide. So, Joss Whedon took over, the guy who directed the Avengers. And so he basically just made it the Avengers. And it did not work for the Justice League because they built that whole universe to be grim and dark, and it worked. Man of Steel was a serious, gritty movie, and I loved Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I used to hate it. But now I love it because I watched it over again.
Actually, I loved it the first time I watched it. It was,
but
truly like.
You know what though?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say the difference of like Marvel is a very like lighter tone, funny.
It's comedy.
And like, yeah. But then you still have moments you're just like, but still,
You know, I've noticed the reason that Justice League didn't work and Infinity War did is because going from a comedy to an intense drama is a lot better than the reverse. Because a comedy relaxes you, you know? When you see like jokes happening, you're just like, oh, I like this. Like, Marvel movies are such popcorn watches, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas DC movies, they kind of just sitting there and just being like, oh shit.
I mean, they really get you thinking with some like moral quandaries.
Of course. But you can't go to a comedy from that because you've got everybody already... Like, when they see that, they prepare to watch it the same way that they watched VBS or Man of Steel. But then you just make it a goofy comedy.
They have the mindset of getting hunkered down because that's that crowd.
Yes.
That's attracted to that.
Whereas, if it's a comedy going into a drama, you're relaxed because you're just sitting there laughing, watching some cool action scenes. But then all of a sudden, did everybody just die?
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened? And then all of a sudden, you're just like freaking out and you're like, I don't know how to handle this. That's better than being disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I wanted this to be a serious action adventure.
Yes, that's the worst. I don't think there's a disappointment genre that people... Like, there's every other feeling that a movie gives off. That, like, anything. If it gives a feeling, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But if it gives disappointment...
Oh, that's tough. That's what most of the time gives me movies like my zeros.
Yeah.
It's because they're so just bland that I didn't feel anything. I'd rather be angry at a movie than... That's why I didn't give Captain Marvel a 0, you know? Or like when we talked about The Last of Us 2, I wouldn't give it a 0 just because it upset me. That movie was that game was a well-made game. It was a good game. I was just angry with how they did it. But I wouldn't give it a 0, you know? Like, movies that I would give zeros are like... Catwoman. Because I so just don't care. I care when I'm angry, you know? That's why it still gets some rating.
Nothing to care about.
Yeah.
I never even saw that movie.
That's why, like, most of the time when I give them... Because you gotta take into account the enjoyment level of a movie, you know? Even if it's made horribly, some of them can still have a good... Like The Room, man. You ever seen The Room?
No.
The best, worst movie to ever be made. It was made by Tommy Wiseau, and it's acted horribly.
What is it about? Just a room?
No, it's about this guy, and he's about to get married to this chick, but the chick is sleeping with his best friend, and he goes and, like, kills himself. It's so poorly made, but it's so good to watch because of how bad it is. So I would give that movie, like, a 4 or something.
Oh, okay.
Where, like, every, like, box tick on, like, how to make a movie would get none. I still enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel was made well, but I didn't enjoy it at all. So that's why I still gave it some points, you know?
Yeah.
But movies that I just feel nothing with, I can't give them anything. Because it's like, well, how do I rate it if I can't even, like, remember to look back on something?
Mm-hmm. Like, if it doesn't produce any feeling, like, you can't even see, like, look at a scene and, like, maybe that didn't give me that feeling it was trying to get off.
Yes.
But I can see how it totally would. And if it doesn't even do that, it's a poorly made movie.
Of course.
I mean, it's the same with books.
Yeah.
Like, when you're reading a paragraph, and this paragraph is supposed to make you unsettled, and you can totally see how it would make you unsettled.
Yeah.
And especially if it does make you unsettled, and the majority of people unsettled, it's a good book.
Of course.
Or at least that paragraph was. But...
Man, can you keep this going? Can you
of
keep
course.
Talk about the movies? I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Oh, keep this going by myself?
Oh, of course. Just start going through your list, you know? And then I'll come back and do mine.
Okay.
See, I gave you a prompt. You're fine.
Okay.
You got this.
Finally, we got Carter out of the room, guys. Gosh. That dude. Alright. So, next on the list, I guess, is fantasy? I suppose. Now, as we were talking about, it's kind of just like a tag-on with other things. Like, usually it's fantasy and... But I'm going to look up some examples of just raw fantasy. Oh, I can see that. So, like, Fantastic Beasts on Where to Find Them would be a fantasy. Gods of Egypt. Oh, no, that's really an action movie. But with fantasy... Oh, crap. I want to say Onward again. I love that movie. I guess you could say any Disney film? I suppose? Really unsure. I haven't seen Maleficent. So, if you guys can somehow give me a prime example of a straight up just fantasy, just out of my own curiosity, please type that in the comments below. Gosh, I'd really like a very fine prime example. And unfortunately, I mean, I don't know if I can do twosies for movies, but I'm going with Onward, because that's my animated one. We haven't even gone over that yet, but that's my favorite. With, fantasy. So, suppose I'll just go on to the next. So, mystery. Gosh. It's hard to get a good, fine mystery. Without it being cheesy by this point, with how many twists that have already been done and turned into archetypes. If you can really find one that's difficult, but it's good. Let's see here. And mystery doesn't have to, just think about it, just span in like the realm of murder. Really, like a good example of that was Detective Pikachu, which is actually going to be mine. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's cutesy, I get it, but it had so many twists. And if you have not seen that movie, go buy it. It's on Vudu. I don't know if it's on Hulu anymore, but you need to go find it wherever it is. Might still be in like Walmart or something. And it has so many fantastic twists. I ain't gonna spoil a thing. But, I mean, most of you probably have seen it by this point. There's so many twists. You think you found the main twist, you didn't.
Hello, sir, I am back.
I've got to the subject of mysteries, and like...
Oh.
I've thought
you
about...
got Onward for fantasy?
Yeah, but I'm gonna...
Fantasy. Let me think. Oh, you know what mystery you need to watch? Oh, here, go ahead and...
Oh, no, just Detective Pikachu.
Oh, sweet.
Because I was gonna say, like, mysteries don't have to just be a murder mystery. It can be really anything that you can try to figure out before the movie's done.
I saw one.
And...
Did you ever see Knives Out? Came out about a year ago.
No, but I wanted to see that.
It's so good.
Is it? Do you have it?
No, I don't. I plan on buying it. Do you... I don't want to... Okay.
You can spoil a bit.
It's not much of a spoil, but I will say a majority of the movie is not about them trying to find the killer. They advertise it as if it is, but that's actually not what the movie's really about at all.
Oh gosh, I love those murders.
Yeah, let's just say like you find out real quick, and then the rest of the movie is a whole nother thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's super cool. Fantasy. I gotta look up fantasy movies.
I asked if anyone in the comments would give me a prime example of a fantasy movie.
Oh,
like just a pure fantasy.
Pure fantasy, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, that's what the Harry Potter spinoff.
Yeah, I'd probably like it given it's a spinoff.
Screw the live-action remakes of Disney. I hate them.
Oh wait, is that?
I don't care.
Oh no, Twilights are everywhere.
No, that's not even bad. Just because there's a freaking
There's a vampire.
Just because there's a vampire.
It's fantasy.
Oh, I don't want to go to Rotten Tomatoes. I want to go to just any website.
Rotten Tomatoes good.
I don't like it.
No, really?
Well, it focuses too much on the critics' reviews rather than the audience reviews. And most of the time, usually I wouldn't care about that, but we're starting to see such an agenda with most of them. Like if it's ever got a political backing, people love it so much more, or at least critics do, rather than just the people. Is that fantasy?
I could see it. Coraline?
Would ghosts be considered fantasy?
Yeah, it says it up here. A ghost story.
Then I might go. See,
Beetlejuice.
When I say fantasy, I think of medieval fantasy.
Me too.
Lord of the Rings would be perfect.
But remember, with the story you're writing, I mentioned to you that fantasy doesn't actually have to remain in medieval.
Oh yeah. I know that, but that's just what I meant when I wrote it down.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of course. I mean, fantasy and medieval.
Dude, that movie.
Which one?
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That is so good.
Really?
It's not quite there to reach any of my favorites anywhere, but oh mama, it is so good. Oh, Aladdin. I'm doing Aladdin.
Oh man, that was good.
Hey, dude, our fantasy movies are both Disney movies. Sweet. Sci-fi. Look up sci-fi movies.
Sci-fi
movies? That
movies?
is so much more concise. You can actually figure that out.
With fantasy? Wait, what are you saying here?
Sci-fi, it's so much more specific than fantasy.
It really is. It really is.
Because when you say fantasy, some people are just oh, it could be anything. But it's sci-fi is no, you need aliens and robots. What
it's
are you doing?
Very specific about taking. I mean, you can even take a modern trope and just
go down. Wait, what? Yeah.
We're gonna scroll through 150 movies, guys. Buckle up.
I'm gonna read a review on all of them. It's gonna be a 7-hour podcast. Let's see. I want to control the mouse.
Are those a thing? No, I want them. We'll do it together.
Your hand is too warm.
Sweaty too.
It's Rotten Tomatoes again. I ain't doing that. I don't trust them.
Maybe we could take a list, not for their review.
Sci-fi movies. There we go.
Oh, duh! I just typed in sci-fi. What is sci-fi?
Dummy.
Ready Player One. I loved that.
Would that be yours?
No, not my favorite sci-fi, but I loved it.
Oh, okay.
As everyone on the other end of this podcast is just screaming. Because just to get it all out, I love Penguins more than the Madagascar movies.
Yeah.
I love Minions more than the Despicable Me movies.
I mean, I guess I like those more than Despicable Me, but I hate both.
Look, you got your screen and I got mine.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Look away from my screen.
The girl with all the... I'm sorry. Pacific Rim is sci-fi. Oh yeah, that is.
I love that movie.
You doing that?
I love so many sci-fis though. It's my genre.
Guardians of the
Galaxy, I love that too.
But I can't put that in sci-fi. That's already in another category. Yeah. Monsters. I don't know what that is.
Monsters.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, hey. That could be sci-fi. I mean, it's a futuristic scenario.
Yeah. That's
due
more
to
lo-fi.
a created... You're right, it is.
Cloverfield. I'm doing that.
Cloverfield?
That's almost horror, but it is so good.
What is this?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Look at that.
I don't... Oh, God.
Look at that. Someone picked up Grandpa out of the dumpster.
Fucking
and
gross.
Put his face on a machine.
Grandpa.
Military... Moon. Just moon.
The World's End. Hey! What's his name? Simon Pegg.
That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Midnight Special. The Host. Oh, that sounds like a Parasite movie. Edge of... Whoa, those are some sick power suits.
Oh, that's the one where where they're basically in a video game, they respawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Snowpiercer, that's super cool. Don't know if that'd be my favorite.
Snowpiercer?
Yeah. That's about the world is frozen over, and so there's a train that's running around the world, and that's the only place that people really survive is on that train.
Oh. Looper. So, there's this sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
People should watch it, and
it's called Star Wars.
Oh, The Martian.
Doing it?
That would be strict lo-fi. The lowest of fi you can get, but,
Oh, is that not your favorite?
No, I mark it down there. I love it. No.
Oh,
it
you
is.
do look. Oh, okay, cool.
It's a sci-fi.
I got it.
It's a lo-fi more specifically, but it's a sci-fi.
28 days later. Ugh.
If no one knows what a lo-fi is more like realistic science.
Mhm.
So, or
It's
at
not
least
Star Wars.
realistically theoretical. Oh yeah, Star Wars is hi-fi.
Yeah.
All the way. Aliens.
Interstellar would be a good lo-fi.
Light speed. Anything. Yeah. Interstellar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's a lot of science to that.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a hi-fi or a lo-fi? Did you say which one?
When I say sci-fi, I think more of like the robots and the aliens.
Mm-hmm. That's
all
a good. So, if you want a strict sci-fi, it's
Gravity
a middle ground.
is great lo-fi.
That is a great lo-fi. Wally, want an animated hi-fi?
Ah.
Is that a hi-fi? Like, let's say
No,
it wasn't
not
an
really.
animated.
It's more just like the technology has
It's-
grown.
I think it's really just sci-fi.
It's mid. It's,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
kind of
just
in the-
sci-fi.
Just sci-fi. Post-apocalyptic sci-fi. Let's see.
Arrive Under the Skin. That sounds like another Parasite movie.
That movie shows Scarlett Johansson's boobs for the first time.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know. X.
I will be right back.
No.
Children of Men. Oh man, that one's kind of got the same plot as, like, it's kind of the same plot as The Last of Us. Same idea, more just like a guy trying to get a kid across while the whole world is in a state of shit.
Oh, so it's not like zombies, but it's like
It's kind of zombies, but it's more just like the world is kind of collapsing, and so like people actually aren't allowed to breed. Like they're saying like, no, kids are done.
they're sterilized. Like, yeah.
Sterilizing people, and like you just can't breed. And so they find a kid, and they're trying to get the kid over to a country where it's actually legal to breed. So, so that the kid won't be killed.
That's real neat.
Yeah.
Right there.
Uh,
Should we jump to our next topic? Or?
yes, romance. Oh, do you want to keep doing the movies or next topic?
Oh no, romance.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about next topic for the movies.
Oh yeah, sure. Romance film.
And if people don't like it, they can skip ahead.
Oh, dude, this one right here. I watched this too. It's just a ripoff of freaking 50 Shades of Grey, man, and it's so bad. Most of it isn't even in English, and I don't even. There's
50
nothing
Shades
to
of
even
Grey.
say. It's just so bad.
50 Shades of Grey isn't... Oh, do you see this anime movie right there?
Your Name?
Your Name. It's actually... I haven't got to see it yet because it wasn't dubbed when I learned about it.
So good.
It is...
It's so good.
Was it dubbed now?
It used to be my favorite. Oh yeah, there's one. There's a version that that I can get probably, but that is like my favorite. That used to be my favorite animated movie, and then I forgot. But at that time I forgot that Shrek 2 is a thing. So
I wanted to
right
see.
away, actually.
I wanted
Shrek
to
2.
see that so bad.
Your Name.
Yeah.
It's really, really good, and the plot is like fucking wackiest thing.
Don't even spoil it.
I won't. I won't. It's so hard
that.
to even describe anyway.
My favorite romance is Pitch Perfect.
Screw that movie, man. Another one of those that's like everybody's like, oh, you know, it's fun.
It was hyped. I mean, no offense to anyone who has their own opinions about these movies. These
Oh,
are
of course,
our
yeah,
opinions.
you can like them. I'm just saying that I don't.
Take there's a very difference of opinion and just factually well made of a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Such as like plot.
Of course. Why
Dialogue.
are all the websites doing this?
What?
Can't I just look at the list?
No.
Best romantic movies on Netflix.
The kissing.
Oh, these are just on Netflix.
Oh, like we just went to Netflix. You want to just watch some chick flicks real quick?
Fucking
just a couple?
Apparently.
I guess.
It's the only option we have. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Stars Born. Beale Street Could Talk. Call Me By Your Name. That one actually looks really good. It's about some gay dudes and like they're just kind of get off of me. That's the sequel. Get the fuck off me.
Get away.
Yeah.
Say my name, Carter.
I ain't saying shit. Brokeback Mountain.
That was a test.
Oh no. Oh no. No. The movie's even more gay. I thought I was just gonna get another.
What is this picture?
Y tu mama también.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Can you say that again for me?
Y tu mama también. That means your mom too. And your mom too. That's all that means.
Wow.
Yeah. Titanic?
Titanic.
Oh, that would be romance.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
good.
it's a perfect, it's like a perfectly made movie, but I just didn't care enough while I was watching it.
Yeah, why is it?
So that's a perfect example
That's
of
the thing.
me giving it, like, a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Because it was really well made. That was impressively made.
Like,
for...
Yeah, I'll say it like that, like, I would say, like, 3 of my lemons in my rating scale would go towards enjoyment level. Like
yeah, the majority is how well it's
Yeah.
made, and then your personal enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. So I'd say like an 8 because it was enjoyable. I just didn't care that much.
It's just you lost like desire to watch it.
It wasn't. It's not in the style that I appreciate movies. You know.
Like water for chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
The movies keep getting older and older, so I think they're falling out of my grasp.
Yep. Okay, that list didn't help
Do you just
at all.
You know what? I don't watch romance movies.
Neither do I.
Okay, out of here.
Oh no! Oh no!
Now that you
The
remember,
only one that I really watched was 50 First Dates, which is an Adam Sandler
no,
movie.
it's okay. It's okay. My only one was 50 Shades
Or I go
of Grey.
with Twilight.
Oh no.
So pick.
Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. It's going on the list.
We have to do what we hate and pick one of the lesser evils. I mean, you have to pick. Even if you don't like it, it's your favorite. It's the top of your crappy list.
Oh no.
I'm going to go with 50
don't
First
even-
Date.
I don't even want to write it down now.
I'm going to 50 First Date.
But if we don't like the genre, how would we have a favorite? How can you have a favorite of
No,
something
you're
you
not.
hate?
I said this at the beginning, Cardi. You can't say you don't like a genre.
But
You
I don't
cannot-
like. But oh, okay. The movies that I have seen out of romance, I don't like any of them.
Well, fine when you do. There's got to be one. There's got to be one, Carter. Don't you write down 50 Shades.
I really wanted to, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
That's not a romance, Morty. Morty.
Morty?
Morty. Morty. Morty.
Mordecai.
But that's not a romance movie. That's a porno.
Can't buy me love.
No, not that. I was talking about 50 Shades of Grey.
I was gonna say you haven't even seen this movie. What are
No,
you
I
talking
haven't.
about?
There's actually a romance movie that was named Adam. It was a guy with Asperger's, which is like.
I was about to write 51st Adam because you were saying Adam so much. Okay, 51st Dates. Okay, animated Shrek 2. And what's your favorite animated movie? You already went with Onward.
Yeah, I
You
know,
the
and that was my.
category. Ratatouille.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no.
there's so many, and if I can't choose Onward, because that downright is my favorite. Penguins. Penguins and Madagascar.
Oh yeah.
Who
yeah.
doesn't love
All right, penguins.
4 comical penguins fighting an octopus?
Hell yeah, man.
I mean, seriously.
Penguins. Okay, crime film. Oh wait,
What?
I was gonna put Knives Out as my crime film. That's okay. I'll figure out one.
Oh, does shows count? Or does it have to be a strict movie?
You know, I don't. Oh, you can do a show, but I'm doing this.
What's that?
It's about Ted Bundy. It is so freaking good. I'm just gonna write Ted Bundy.
The Joker is considered a crime movie?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11. Good man.
Oh, that was so good. I saw Ocean's 8, and I was like, Ocean's 11, man. It's the first one.
Why haven't they made an Ocean's 24? I want that
24
many
people?
oceans. I want 24 oceans. Okay, musical.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
We'll drown.
We're not pussies. We can swim.
Why are you... Carter, just sometimes the stuff that comes out of your mouth.
I can swim. Musical.
Can you?
What's your favorite musical? I can swim if I really need to.
I don't dare say Hamilton. Oh my gosh, my brother.
Do you not like it?
No, I do, but it was reran so many times.
Yeah.
I can literally sing every song still.
Yeah. Dude, you would have hated yourself on the theater trip then. Because fucking all that they played in the car
Was Hamilton?
It was an 8-hour drive, and they only played Hamilton.
I will never be satisfied. I will never be satisfied. Oh, and 100% recommend go listen to it on like Spotify or something.
They will never be satisfied with Hamilton. Why do I know this? Okay. Please stop. Musicals. High School Musical. I dig it.
Oh, Greatest Showman.
Oh,
you hate me now, but it's okay.
You loser.
It's okay.
So boring.
No, it's not.
I found it so boring.
It's so good.
It was so lackluster. Greatest Showman.
Sounds of a musical.
What's
La
our
Land.
next category? Our next category is documentary.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Yeah, that's it. I was trying to pronounce it. I forgot.
I got your
Got
back.
to. Yeah. Yeah, great. That was fantastic.
Why, thank you.
It was really about like I like two characters in it, and it was like really about like chaotic and orderly were the two characters.
Yeah.
And
wasn't one of them
just
a soldier?
wasn't like but one wasn't evil or good. They were just chaotic and order. Or like justice, and it was.
It's not just like black and white, just all good and bad.
Yeah,
it's just that they were different.
Yeah, and it was really neat seeing those two characters.
I have to watch that. Look up. My documentary. I'm gonna write Shaolin documentary.
Oh man, I had a documentary. Once.
Is it Tiger King?
Oh jeez, that's not a documentary.
Documentary is supposed to teach you.
That's a comedy.
Yeah, I didn't even want to watch it. I don't even care.
I think people only watch it by this point because of how ridiculous it's become.
Yeah. And it's only become ridiculous because so many people have watched it. So it's a paradox.
A terrible feedback loop. What documentaries have I watched?
I think you have watched this one.
What's one?
I don't fucking know.
I watch Animal Planet.
I'll just put the whole channel of Animal Planet. Can't do that, bro.
I don't think...
Anything on Animal Channel.
Why do they call it a documentary film instead of a movie? What's the difference between a movie and a film?
Well, documentary, if you just say it like that, it is an adjective. Because it's like document. It's a documentary film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Man, there's too many.
Too many.
A flat earther one.
No. No. Round earth shills. No. What? They are. They don't get it.
Did you know there's a whole community of Minecraft flat earthers? Trying to argue that Minecraft is a flat planet, and then there's groups of people like people in game theory try to argue that no.
Oh yeah, Matt Pat
did an entire video, 2 videos on it actually.
Did he argue that it was flat or round?
Round.
Oh,
they were arguing of like gravity and like relativity and stuff like that to argue it.
Yeah. So I just want to talk like they're like, oh, gravity is like what did they say? Like gravity's don't they say that like the sun is pushing you or something like that? Is that what they say? I didn't
actually watch Matt Pat's videos.
No, I'm talking about just flat Earth in general. They had they had a claim for gravity. I can't remember it.
I don't remember.
We'll talk about it later.
We need to study up on flat earthers.
Study up on your flat Earth people. That's your homework.
All right. My documentary is something on the Holocaust.
Let's see. Something on the Holocaust?
Yeah, there's a Holocaust film.
Holocaust.
Documentaries.
And I can end the planet in a Holocaust.
In a Holocaust.
Such a good song. What is it called again?
Handlebars.
Handlebars.
I can ride a bike with no handlebars. With no handlebars. People are just like, just pick your stupid documentary, Ace. Jeez.
We're getting there. Documentary, concentration camps. Night Will Fall. Is it that?
I mean, I would have probably... Does Band of Brothers? No, that's my war movie. Actually, throw that down there right now.
What is it?
Band of Brothers.
Band
It's
of
a
Brothers.
miniseries, so I count it as a movie.
Oh, okay.
It's just a really long movie.
B.
Miniseries
Oh.
counts.
B. Hey, we've only got 2 categories left. Mine is oh.
Okay, I like Animal Planet documentaries. That's all I got.
I'll just put down Animal Channel.
Yeah, because it's no specific one.
I like all animals. Then why do you eat meat, you fucking piece of shit?
Because I'm not gonna go vegan. I don't care about the cows.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
Okay. History movies.
What's different from documentary and history?
History movies are actual like I view them as like actual films, like
nonfiction.
Midway,
Oh!
1917.
Yeah.
There's what is it? There's Bridge of Spies.
Hidden Figures. That's pretty good. It's about the black women who worked at NASA.
You know, I gotta say, like, it wasn't like the most exciting movie to watch, but it still intrigued me.
Yeah.
I really liked the Lincoln.
I think that's what Lincoln. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh, I heard Viking. That one. It did have a lot that was historically accurate, but like the equipment was so off.
Oh, really?
So off. Sorry, Vikings did not use double axes, sided axes. I'm sorry.
Really?
They didn't. They used one-handed axes. I'm sorry.
Why? It's so much better.
Because they just didn't think of it.
Fucking
They just didn't have it.
tardies.
I mean, if you can find evidence against that,
Let's
please
see.
do.
War, Band of Brothers. What's another?
Ever see, oh man, my juices are running out. I can't think of
Michael
anything.
Keaton, the founder. Talk about McDonald's.
Oh, I remember this.
Master
Master and Commander. Yeah, it's an ocean movie.
Oh, dang.
Pretty sick scene in it of a doctor having to operate on himself, if I'm thinking of the right one.
Oh.
Yeah. And sick as in, like, it's sickening.
Oh. Dude, that's sick.
Is Mulan a history movie?
Pocahontas is, so I don't see why Mulan isn't.
It's right there.
Yeah. Do you want to do Mulan?
Please, find anything else. Oh gosh, please.
Do you actually not like Mulan?
No, I do. It's just, I don't want that to be my history movie. Do you want that to be your history movie?
Let's
It's okay.
look up history dramas. Historical drama. That's more of the stuff that I watch. Stuff like Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, we just cheat and add drama. Mix it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off Netflix.
That's all that there is now, Carter. I'm sorry. There's Hulu, Vudu, and Netflix. Choose.
I mean, I like Hulu. I don't like Netflix.
What's wrong with Netflix?
It's only got like 2 good things on there.
It's so true. There's nothing but Pulp Fiction left on there.
Yay.
Robin Hood. Was there a real Robin Hood? Like, was there an actual one that the story was based
I
off of?
think so.
Really?
That's what I thought anyway. I might be wrong. Or at least he's legend.
There was some...
Let's see.
Maybe it was Guardian. There's some
Have you ever seen Bridge of Spies?
Bridge of Spies.
Yeah. That's the one about the Cold War with Tom Hanks.
Oh dang! I'd love to see a Cold War movie.
It's really good.
Dunkirk.
You've seen Dunkirk?
Yes, it is so good. I'm throwing that down as my history. I know it's a war movie,
But you've already got Band of Brothers.
but yeah. And it is really historical, and it's the best one I get.
Let's see.
And-
Look up war movies real quick. Barmy.
The Army. Okay. What'd you get for your history film?
What did you want? Military recruitment and enlistment? I can look that up for you.
1917.
Oh,
Midway.
I want to see that. I watched. Oh, Hacksaw Ridge. Oh my
that
gosh.
was really good.
That's mine.
Just one more. Just one more.
No, we're done.
No, I was quoting Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh.
When he's like,
Oh, yeah, dude. It's been a long time since I've
Just
seen
one
it.
more. That's what he said after every single person he saved. Just one more. Just one more.
I love that, man. So,
Well, we finished our list.
Dang. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I don't know, I'm getting pretty
Getting pretty beat, man. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Is there anything off the top of your head that you can just throw out there? I mean, I'd be willing if you could start the subject, but I don't think I have any.
That's fine.
I can throw out there.
I don't know if it's much of anything that, like, it can be, like, a two-person... I mean, I'm sure I could find something. But thinking about, like, two-person conversation sort of thing, like, it's more just, like, I have some things that would be cool to say. I don't know if they would warrant conversation. Well, they might. I don't know.
Go ahead. Throw it at me. So, what's the thing... What's up with airplane food, huh?
Never been on a plane.
Neither have I.
Making fun of me for being poor. Fuck
you. Get back in third class.
Fuck you.
With the
There's
chickens
a
and
third?
goats. With
How
the
big
chickens
are
and
planes?
goats.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I'm allergic to chicken. You know, for the longest time, I have just recently gotten out of my horrible habit of overvaluing people's opinions on me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was
Like,
my issue throughout high school.
And it's...
Until my, like, second to last year. Junior year.
Yeah. And it's... Here's the thing. Like, I heard some people say, people, like, people that don't care about what others think of them, they're a sociopath. And it's like, no, a sociopath is someone that doesn't care about the person.
Mm-hmm.
The person's thoughts are not the person.
Yes.
Alright? Here's the thing. If I were to tell you that, like, just because I disagree with you on something doesn't mean that I dislike you as a person.
Yeah.
You're not, like, here's the thing. Your opinion can change, but you're still you.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense for your opinions to be connected to someone being sociopathic.
And that's just like, don't take it personal. I
No,
mean, and you can value others' opinions. You can go like, oh, I know this person likes this TV show, so I'll go to Hot Topic and buy them a t-shirt. But I'm not going to judge someone based on their opinion, and I'm not gonna, like, set a value to it. Even to myself,
I'm gonna light a candle.
Oh, that's so
it's so peaceful.
therapeutic.
Oh my gosh, man, you have no idea. How about bergamot waters?
Bergamot waters? Let me see here.
So fancy. I got like 5 candles in my office.
What's this? Mahogany.
Teakwood.
Teakwood.
Oh, it's the best smelling stuff. Open that up. But the realm that I'm talking more of it in, and it's like that's just rational. But like, what I mean is having your parents have influence on what you do with the rest of your life. You know, like your parents wanting you to go to college, your parents wanting you to get this job or move to this
People trying
place.
to control you based on their
And it's...
I see.
Like you can take constructive criticism, because here's the thing, an opinion is so much more different from taking constructive criticism. When someone says that they don't care about the opinion, people take that as you're just not going to listen to the person. No. Constructive criticism, if it's done properly and with the right intent, it's, I know it's not my situation, so you don't have to listen to me, but if you would like some help, I think you should do this personally. That smells good, doesn't it? Who was that? My phone went off. But it's just like if someone's saying like, oh, you're doing that? That's stupid. It's like, okay, thank you.
Thank you for
did I need that?
nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just when it's toxic.
The wick broke off. I can still light it.
It's just when it's toxic. But, I mean, then what makes it toxic? Like,
when
what
it comes
makes
from a place of selfishness.
Oh, I see.
When someone tells you, oh, I don't like that you're doing that. This ain't your life. And then they take it insultingly. We're like, if you bring up that, like, hey, I don't like this job. First off, I just want to say that there are so many things in this world and in this lifetime.
Are you going to talk about you don't need college?
No. Well, just anything, though. Because there are so many things that you have to do in this world to function, all right? You have to get a job of some kind so that you can sustain yourself. You have to pay taxes. You have to do all these things. Take advantage of the things that you can choose, you know? You have to get a job. So why not have some fun with a job that you like?
Exactly.
If you don't like a job, don't be afraid to quit it and find something.
Exactly. Even if it pays less. Even if you have to change your... I mean, there could be moments where you have to stick with a job you don't like for a little while, but don't stick with that. Don't stay with that.
Of course. Or you have to stay in a place that you don't like, but don't live there for 80 years because your grandma wants you to.
Yeah. That's kind of an almost like the core of tradition is that, like, my grandfather did this.
Yeah.
And then it passed down from there to there. Which, tradition, it really doesn't mean much to me.
It doesn't mean anything to me either.
Like, it was special for them. Glad they did that.
I'm not them.
Yeah, I'm not them.
I'm not them.
I wasn't there why they made that or why I'm doing that. And I think, like, that's the core of tradition, is that someone else's opinion on, like, an event or maybe some circumstance that occurred.
Yeah.
And then what they did for that. And then they just pass it down and saying you have to do this for a day that you never went through.
I saw the best thing on Urban Dictionary. If you look up tradition, it fucking says peer pressure from dead people.
I blew your speaker out.
That's fine. People can deal with it. But, man, you know, because, like, I had to deal so long with not wanting to quit my dad's job because I felt bad. And I didn't want him to think lesser of me. It's like, you know what, man? I had to tell myself I would prefer if he thought higher of me. But if he thinks lesser of me...
That's on him.
That's on him, man. I can still live my own life, you know? My choices are not his. And I just want to preface, my dad was very accepting, you know? There wasn't any issues. I'm just talking about the hypothetical.
Yes.
But, like, a big one is, like... I know someone that is just very, like, they really try to put their opinion out there because of the same thing of just like, oh, you're not doing this, like, oh, you're not going to college, and you can't tell them, like, yo, it's my life, let me live it, you did your thing, fine, good for you, but, like, oh, dude, you can't talk to people about it anymore. It sucks, but, like, you know how many times I've had to deal with old people? You're not going to college?
You're not married at 18?
Not married at 18?
What are you doing?
You don't have a kid at 13? It's like...
Back in my day, our life expectancy was 20 years.
Oh, yeah, it's... Okay, cool. Good for you, geezer.
So we talked about from the perspective of others placing us in a hard situation due to their opinions affecting their judgment of us, and we don't want to have them think lesser of us, whatnot. Let's flip it. What can you do to make sure that you don't put someone else in that situation?
Don't give your opinion unless they ask for it.
Oh, okay.
You did the thing with your... And here's the thing. Even when you give your opinion, it should not be about you at all.
Never take it to a personal level.
Unless it is specifically, like, what do you think about what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You gotta ask them. Is that gonna affect... Like, if that's gonna have an influence on how you do things, I'm not gonna tell you. You know? Or like the thing that you asked me, you were like, I want your opinion, what should I do for my hairstyle? Like what do you think would be a good hairstyle for me? And I told you, I was like, do you like it the way it is? Yeah, then that's it. You found it. You don't need my influence. It's your hair. If you like your hair the way it is, that's awesome. Wear it. You know how many people have told me...
So don't put your opinion somewhere where it doesn't need to be there.
No. And don't take people's opinions when they put it somewhere it's not supposed to be.
Man, I feel that's a very important thing to get across, and I feel like that's very hard to achieve.
It's
at a good
so
level
hard. And
of
I
like
can't
not putting
blame-
your input in certain situations, but it really matters.
It's just become so wired into us and instinctual that you just kind of say like, "Oh, I don't really like that you're doing that," or like when someone says that to you, you're like, "Oh shoot, they don't like that." You know?
Yeah.
It's very hard to not respond to that.
And
It's
just
the right thing to do.
Exchange information in general. We're wired to talk and connect.
Of course.
That's why we probably invented the greatest connecting system that could ever be devised.
Yeah. But like
The internet.
did you guys know that?
There's this thing called the internet. It's what you're using right
Yeah.
now if you're listening to this.
But that's a great example of
Ooh,
hot.
Got my
It's
nose
fire,
too
bro.
close. Really? Is fire hot?
I thought so. But that's it. But I also I just don't give my opinion, you know? I don't at all.
Unless it's asked for.
Unless it's like really asked for. Like if someone just says like when people ask me, they're like, "What do you think of this?" Just kind of like just a little fluff question. I'm like, "Well, what do you think?" Oh. And then sometimes they'll be like, "Well, I'm asking you." And I'll tell them, "It's not my thing. It's your thing. I don't matter in this." And yeah, like whenever like someone is like, "Oh, look, I just got a shirt and I really like it." Then I'm like, "Good for you." I'm not going to be like, "Oh, I think that's ugly." Or like I don't call people nerdy for doing certain things, or I've even gotten bad into the habit of like sticking too much with the underdog. Like I'll like I won't call someone nerdy for doing something, but I'll get on someone for being like a jock.
Yeah.
Or even just a jerk, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you're messing with somebody, I'll step in. But if you're selfish, I don't like it, but that's your problem.
I mean, yeah,
you know?
if you're directly intervening with someone's like essentially their path in life that they're trying to go for, stop.
Just stop.
Just stop. Like, I mean, and I can get it if you like really think that you're like helping them out, and maybe you see your friend going down a bad path.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
um,
There are some times where a person won't say that they need the help when they clearly do.
Clearly do.
So you should step in then, even if they don't appreciate it.
Yeah, because then they might appreciate it later.
Yeah.
But
now, be careful about what the situation is.
of course,
If it's just something that you think it, but like, ask yourself why that's going on. Is it bad or do I think it's bad? You know,
Mhm.
like I'm not gonna. I've gotten into some things with with certain friends about drinking all the time, and I realized, even though I don't like it, dude, what? Dang, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm a superhero. I don't like it, but it's not my place to step in, you know? If they want to do it, they want to fuck up, that's on their own accord. Because here's what happens. Sometimes people are just too dense to listen to other people. And you gotta accept that. So if you give your opinion, even if they didn't take it, if they mess up, you immediately blame yourself. Because it's like, well, I stepped in and nothing happened, so it's on me. It's like, but you stepped in when you didn't need
and
to.
he
though.
might blame you if he wasn't. It will harden him in the bad situation. But if you leave him to his own accord, the only person he can blame is himself,
Oh, and
which is the person who should bear that blame.
And by the way,
If it was,
so sorry. A majority of the time, if someone gets mad at you for not stepping in, fuck off. I don't do that. You know, it's your situation. Unless you come to me for help, like yeah, if you want my help, come to me. Tell me, hey, I need help. But if bad shit goes down and you're just like, you didn't help me.
You should have asked.
Didn't know you needed my help.
Yeah.
Ask for help.
Like, yeah, if you need help.
That's why women suck so much.
Yes, that is, if anyone who has a girlfriend listening to this podcast knows what that is.
Yeah.
And that's just something to expect, to expect and accept.
It goes with the joke of like, you know, I wish I was gay sometimes. Of just like, you know, if something happens with my boyfriend at work, and I'm just like, hey babe, what's wrong? And he's just like, oh, boss is a fucking dick, and I just like, I really hurt myself, I'm just not in the mood. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Girl comes home, the same thing happens. What's wrong? Nothing.
And she opens the refrigerator and just gets out a bucket of ice cream. Nothing's wrong.
Dude, are we sexist?
Maybe.
A little bit.
No. No, I mean, there is differences that you need to accept.
Yeah,
Right?
women aren't going to want to open up to that stuff as much. Because... You know what? It's weird, though.
You know, honestly, there's nothing... There's a weird... Okay, we need to get a woman on this panel. A conscientious woman. Because I think
my grandma.
that feminine point of view... Hi, Carter, Shani, what's going on?
Oh, hi, sweetie. She's got the most Minnesotan accent you'll ever hear.
Like, actually, or...
Oh, yeah. She was... Both my grandma and my grandpa were born in Fairmont.
This sounds like a grandma that would bake you chocolate chip cookies.
She is the most stereotypical grandma ever. All she does is bake and knit.
That is awesome.
It's so good.
My grandma is a highly strict higher up middle class.
Yeah.
Like, go to college.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Like my grandma, it's actually going perfectly with the opinion thing, you know? She just is excited for all of us kids. You know? She hears that I'm
good.
She hears that I'm working with my dad while working on art projects. And she's like, "That's great." She hears that Taylor just graduated from college. That's fantastic. She hears that Spencer didn't drop out of high school. And she's like, "That's great too." No. But yeah, and it's, dude, like, yeah, my sister has been the worst one of, like, judging for not doing college, you know?
Oh.
She's just kind of been the one to be like, you kind of need to go to college. I'm like, no, I don't. Here's the thing. I want to be an artist, man. I don't need debt. I'm going to be making money anyways. Yeah. So, just bottom line, if you want to do something, as long as it is smart and it will benefit you,
And doesn't hurt others.
doesn't hurt others, do it.
Go for it.
Who cares what you're... Dude, like, okay, a great example, I used to be really embarrassed of my car. Okay?
Alright.
You know why? Because
Why?
it made a funny sound. It rode fine, but there would be kids at school I didn't even care about. Some of them I didn't even like at all.
And they made fun of your car
would make
sound.
fun of the car. So I got self-conscious about it. It's like, I am trying to change myself so that I can get the approval of people I don't even like.
Don't do that. People, listen, don't do that.
Doesn't make
Be
sense.
you.
Be you. I brought it.
But don't be a jerk.
Like, I always tell people, do whatever you want. Just make sure you do it as best as you can. The one thing that I will step in and tell someone they shouldn't do is negligence and laziness, procrastination too. It's like
I own a T-shirt that says I put the pro in procrastination.
That's beautiful. But
It's evil. It's an evil T-shirt, and it works. It fits me. It's so bad.
it's a wicked T-shirt. Sorry to make fun of you, but I always tell people, like, do whatever you want, just as long as you're doing it as best as you can. You know, I brought it up. I brought up the thing with you. If my son came up to me one day and he was like, "Dad,"
I love this.
he was like my son is like 16 years old. He's like, "Dad, I want to drop out of high school. I'm super gay, and I want to go work in Vegas as a drag showgirl." I would just tell him, "Don't you fucking disappoint me. I want you to be the hottest fucking girl up on that stage.
I'm gonna bring notes. I'm gonna go to Vegas.
I'm gonna make sure you're working your ass off." Yeah, I'm not gonna tell my kid, no, you have to go do this, or it's like, no, you have to go to college. Like, no, what do you want to do? Then do it well. It's like that's another thing to think about too, is like when people hear that, it's like, oh, do what you want. They just think in any circumstance. It's like, oh, I want to be an artist. Oh, that's cool. It's like, well, today I actually don't want to do anything, so I'm not going to do anything. It's like, what? I thought you wanted to make art. No, not today. I don't want to do anything today. What about tomorrow? No, probably not. Oh, so
You don't
you're
want
just not
your
gonna.
art. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your art. You know, Gary Vee talks about this a lot. You would love him. I'm gonna write it down for you.
Gary Vee?
Gary Vee, great
See-
guy, huge motivational speaker.
Ah.
He actually said it at one point. A little quote of his was like, "When I say don't do what you don't like, I don't mean don't do what you don't like for 8 hours. I mean don't do it for the rest of your life. You know, like to do the things that you want to do, you're gonna have to do things that you don't want.
Of course. Steps on the way.
But like a lot of people seem to like hear that and they just think, oh, do what I want to do. Well, I don't want to work. No, you have to work. All right,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be miserable in a while if you don't work.
Is it okay if I burn this?
Burn the corner.
Really do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, do it.
Seance.
If you hear fire and screams in the background, everybody, you know why.
Wait, it's catching.
It's so pretty. It died. Poor baby.
Look at that. It smells like bad marshmallows.
I'm gonna go back to this.
There you go.
What smell is this? It's beautiful.
This is Bergamo Waters. That's the only thing that I would really say is just like I'm sick of seeing people around me do stuff because their parents wanted them to do it. And it doesn't make sense, you know. If here, look at it this way. If I were to do what everybody else wanted me to, I wouldn't have my wardrobe. I wouldn't have my hair this long. I wouldn't be working at Turtletown. I wouldn't be making art. I wouldn't be trying to make my art as a career.
You wouldn't be you. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here right now.
I would be their guy, you know? I wouldn't be me.
It's a scary thought thinking that, like, if I knew that I would have missed out on this because of the decisions we made of just, like, not being ourselves,
Yes.
I would cry. I would just break down, like, if I knew, but you can't know because it would have never happened.
What if you were to, like, step into a parallel universe and you find out what that decision actually looks like?
Yeah, and if I discovered that, like, we wouldn't be here right now doing what we enjoy, I would be devastated.
Me too. You know, I wanna like I'm gonna leave it off with this for you. Okay? You are not Michael's brother. You are not Corey's boyfriend. You are not Carter's friend or John's friend. You are not Hill City's resident. Alright?
Yeah.
You are Adam. Go fucking be Adam. Don't be Corey's boyfriend. That's just a little plus on the side.
And that is my name reveal at the end of this panel. You're welcome.
Oh shit! Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. I don't even actually mind.
Oh, cool. Okay. But I got...
My nickname is Ace, so
yeah.
you're welcome, people.
He goes by Ace.
That's what we're ending on. The big reveal. I'm sure when you were like,
That is actually amazing.
Who's that man?
Like 2 hours in and you actually find out his name.
Now you have a name that you can rather put on your wall and say, that is a good man.
How beautiful.
Or you can put on your wall and say, let's see how well I can hit the A with my darts.
For Adam and Ace.
Exactly. No, but don't idolize me. Don't do that. That's a subject for another time.
Oh, no one's gonna idolize you anyway. It's okay. Alrighty, everybody. Gosh, that's gonna be the end of this. Thank you so much for listening. If you got this far in, I really appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with these podcasts. I hope you guys are too. I hope it's just a fun little listen for you. I really got nothing else to say. This is Ace. I'm sure that he will be back in future videos. And I got nothing else to say. Any last words?
I'd love to do this once more.
Of course.
I hope our us two was entertaining enough and gave you something to pick about in your brain.
Beautiful.
And yeah.
All right.
Hope we get more people on this panel.
Oh, of course. Thank you guys so much for listening. I am Zeke with Ace, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.